You're watching BBN Tonight on your official UK sports station, LEX 18.
Welcome back to BBN Tonight. Coming off their first win of the season, the UK football team heads south on Saturday.
Let's check in with Kash Daniel of the UK Sports Network to talk about the trip to Knoxville. And Kash, I would imagine that this is that game that just kind of gets under your skin because you see all that orange. You got to hear Rocky Top like non-stop throughout the entire game.
Man, don't even get me started. This is a week where the color orange and the song Rocky Top are the last two things I want to see and hear. So this is a week of a rivalry, and it's back to a classic SEC football showdown. So I'm excited for it.
It's like that pumpkin puke color orange.
I don't know what it is, to be quite honest with you. It's just like I can eat an orange dreamsicle like from the freezer. Like those are one of my favorite things ever. But then I look at like right here. This thing right here, this orange thing right here, I can deal with it. But then when I look at a Tennessee hat, Tennessee jersey, it's just get it out of here.
It's all bad. And you're going to look over at the sideline, Tennessee sideline for the Vols Saturday, and there's going to be a couple of former Kentucky coaches, co-defensive coordinators Derek Ansley and Jimmy Brumbaugh. How strange is that?
It's the business of it, I mean, you see coaches go all over the country. I know that Coach Brumbaugh left here and went to Maryland. I know that Coach Ansley was at Alabama, and it's just a network of coaches, that know each other and go different places and have a strong connection with one another and ultimately get them on one team. And so, I know that Coach Ansley and Coach Brumbaugh are excited for their new endeavor down there at Tennessee, but as far as weird or anything, it's not really that weird, for Coach Stoops and them guys. I mean, I'm sure, Coach Stoops wishes both of them nothing but the best and looking forward to, going up against two of his former assistants this Saturday.
Being a former linebacker, you had to love the defense you saw on Saturday. Mark Stoops, he singled out the guys in the trenches for their efforts against Mississippi State, although the stat sheet showed that the top four tacklers were all linebackers.
Yeah. Well, if you look at all the plays that made TV, obviously, the ones that stand out are the ones that the linebackers made. Jamin had a pick. J-Dub had a pick six. Boogie had a pick and a sack. DeAndre's flying around making plays. And so, obviously, the linebacker group was a very highlighted group within that game. But without the rush from our defensive line, a lot of those plays don't happen. When you talk about defense in the way that everything complements one another, we always talk about how the rush complements the pass coverage and the pass coverage complements the rush. So if we're good on one end, we're good on the other end. And so that's what you saw out there on Saturday with our D linemen. We're only rushing three. You got to keep that in mind. We were only rushing three defensive linemen and dropped 8 in the backfield to take away that air raid offense. And for the first time in Coach Leach's career, in 232 career coaching games, they did not get in the end zone. So big shout out to the defense for showing up on Saturday.
I mean, that is the most amazing stat. It's the air raid. It's Mike Leach. It's almost 20 years of coaching. Yeah. That's never happened to him before. Lastly, we got an update on linebacker Chris Oats over the weekend. He's still coping with a serious medical condition, but he was able to return home after a 22-point win on Saturday. Mark Stoops and John Sumrall, Vince Marrow, they brought the game ball to Chris. Coach talked about it last night.
We were just giving him some encouragement and visiting with him on FaceTime. And I told him we were going to bring him that game ball, and his mom was telling me that morning he was saying it. And we didn't tell anybody I was coming up with him, but he knew that I was going to show up with that game ball.
And listen, guys have been wearing 22. Jamin Davis gets a pick in it. Keaton Upshaw, one of Chris Oates' closest friends, he scores a touchdown. What kind of feeling did that give you, seeing that, him returning home?
Just overall joy. That's, to me, Chris's little bro. And, I've had so many great memories with Chris in the football facility, on the field and off the field especially. And so, this whole situation, it was just beyond sad. And when I first saw the picture that they released and he was home, I texted Jamin and I couldn't call him, just because I was kind of tearing up. I didn't want to see Jamin to see that, but I was like, hey, man, I said, I know you're wearing 22 this week, so remember who you were out there doing that for. And, you know, just for him to go out there and play the way he did, and for Keaton to play the way he did, and, you know, for the team the way they played, and it's all bigger, you know, than one person. It's all bigger than this. And, you know, to have our little brother home, or my little bro, and I'm sure everybody else's brother on that team, man, it's an overwhelming of joy that I feel, and I'm so happy he's home, and I hope that I get to see him soon. And I text him. I text his mom. I don't know if his mom still has his phone or not. I know that she did when things were first starting out, and I would always text her and, you know, have her read messages to Chris. And so every time I'm texting him now, I'm telling him I can't wait to see him, and, you know, how many fish me and him are going to catch, you know, this coming spring. So I'm really looking forward to seeing my brother again.
Regardless of any other game, that was the best sight of the 2020 Kentucky football season. Thanks, Kash.
Thanks. Yeah, appreciate it.
Thanks.
Stick around. We'll have a final word after this.
You're watching BBN Tonight.